Hello and welcome back on my channel. I'm always Stefania, and today we're talking about books for Tales of a Vintage Librarian. So we're talking about winter books, what I'm reading, what I've read, and what I want to read in the future during this winter. So I'm starting with the books that I've finished. I have to say that I liked half of the books that I've read in this beginning of winter, but not all of them. And this is fine because we have thoughts and we have a taste for books, so not everything will suit our taste. So let's start with the books that I've read. I am starting with a book that I didn't like and I didn't finish. This book, I've talked about this during my Vlogmases, but I'm talking about it again. So is Winter Solstice by Rosamund Pilcher. Is the Italian version, so Solstizio d'inverno. I think I stopped about half through the book. I didn't like it because I was expecting something different. I started it because I am part of an online book club, so we were reading this for Christmas and January, but I was expecting, as I said, something different. So yes, a romantic book, but not so boring. I didn't get into it, and also it wasn't so engaging as I was expecting. So I decided to not finish it because my time is precious and we have a lot of other books to read. So for me, this is a no. Maybe you liked it, but this isn't for me. And then we have two books that I liked. One more than the other. I'm starting from the one that I liked, and I'm looking for the original title. Yes, so this is The Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan, and I liked it. It's a Christmas book, but you can read it, of course, during winter in general, because it takes place in Edinburgh, a city that I didn't know. And Jenny Colgan had I think they had the goal to make people appreciate more this city. So yes, I discovered Edinburgh thanks to Jenny Colgan, so a win-win. And this book is about this young woman named Carmen, which lost her job and is forced to go back to her home and to her family after neglecting a little bit her family, so her parents, her sister, and she has the opportunity to work into a little bookshop in Edinburgh thanks to her sister, which is a lawyer, has an husband, has almost 4 kids, so is a successful woman, has everything differently from Carmen. But Carmen is finding herself, and with a lot of plot twists that I liked, you will read something very pleasant. And I'm going down. Yes, I bought the second one. I have to start it. I think it's not I think I know it takes place in the same environment with the same characters. The original title is Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop. In Italian is Mezzanotte alla piccola libreria dei segreti, because the first was La piccola libreria dei segreti. So this is the couple of books which are related one to the other, and I will read it in a jiffy. I think I have to finish the book that I'm reading now, but I finished another book, again a Christmas book, a winter book, by Karen Swan. The original title was Christmas by Candlelight, and they are all in Italian this time, and this book takes place again in England, I think, yes, because it talks about London, so in a little village near London, and the main character is Libby, which has a secret, as something that it's off from her past, but her and her boyfriend go to this big house into the middle of nowhere to have a dinner with her old college friends, and the snow blocks everything, so they find themselves into this house without the possibility to go home, and with a lot of other things that happen. I've been a little bit disappointed by this, because I was expecting a very light-hearted, a very Christmassy book with a lot of good emotions, but at some point it completely revolves around itself and change the plot, and so I am a little bit disappointed, because it wasn't a romance, it was a thriller romance, I can call it, and I would like to like it, but for me has been about 2 stars as an evaluation. Now I am reading another book. I have it in the other room, so I have to search for the original title, which is Some Like It Cold by L. McNichol. I will pass the cover around here, and yes, it's a book about Jasper, this girl with I think a form of Asperger autism. She's in the spectrum, and so I wanted to read something written by a person in the spectrum, with a main character in the spectrum, so this was my goal, and also romantic and wintry, and I decided to buy this book. So I'm reading, I am about 3/4 of the book so far, and I'm liking it. It's, yes, it's a strange book, because it's well written, but has also some different point of views, so I'm liking it. And the story is about, again, Jasper. This girl would come back from her university to the little place called Lake Pristine. On the cover there was written "For the lovers of Gilmore Girls", so I was suspicious, thinking about the pumpkin spice cafe that I didn't like at all, if you watched my previous video about books. But yes, it's very like Star Solo, with little characters, but they are well-rounded, so they have personalities, and there's the plot, so it's not so flat as the other book. And the point of view of a person in the spectrum is really interesting, because I know people who have some kind of autism, Asperger, but I wanted to know more about how they see the world, how they process emotions, and so on. So Jasper comes back to her little city called Lake Pristine for her sister's wedding, and a lot of things happen again. She's talented, she can dance, Jasper, she can dance, she can do a lot of beautiful things. She is creative, and but also she wants to change her life despite what her parents are telling her. So you have to go to this college, study law, but she doesn't want. So everything starts from that point and goes on. I don't want to spoil anything, so if you want, read this book because it's really interesting. Now I am taking the other book that I'm going to start. It's a classic, but I didn't read it in all my life. And so the book is The Lord of the Ring, the big version, so 3 books. And about 1 week ago, we visited Tolkien installation about Tolkien. I can talk. I was thinking about the right word. Here near Turin, and I discovered a word about this writer. I know that he is a myth about literature and fantasy, of course, but I am not a big fantasy fan. So yes, sometimes I've read some books like The Lord of the Rings, but shorter and with different characters. For example, about magic, which is not about this theme. I watched, of course, the 3 movies about The Lord of the Rings, the movies about The Hobbit, so I know the plot, but I wanted to read and I decided to buy the big book, so the 3 books in one, and I'm reading it in a moment. I want to start it because I think that it's time for me to go to the Middle Earth and to experience a lot of the things that all the people are talking about. My husband, for example, read the books and he liked them, and yes, I want to start this new journey. So an unexpected journey, and I read The Hobbit, so I know the style, but I didn't read The Lord of the Rings. I decided to read in Italian because I know that Tolkien was talented, but his English was also difficult to read. So I wanted to follow the plot, not to try to search what I am reading, what's the meaning of the words, and so on. So I wanted to be focused on what is happening and not on the form, of course, of the writing and so on. So this has been my choice. Now I am showing you something that I've started about books from the beginning of January, and it's something that I wanted to start in a long time, and I decided to start from the 1st of January. So I have a profile on my Goodreads app. So from, I think, 10 years ago, I started to record my books on Goodreads, but I decided that I have the feeling to write with my own hands something about the books that I'm reading, because books are a huge part of my life, and I wanted to reflect a little bit more about what I'm reading. So I bought this notebook. It's from an Italian brand, I think it's Italian, I don't know, but it's a notebook about books. So yes, it's from our brand Mondadori, and it's my book, notebooks. So I started to write here what I'm reading, what I'm thinking about the books that I'm reading, my evaluations, and yes, it has been a good experience so far. So I am suggesting you to start again to have physical notebooks, because they give you the opportunity to write, to reflect more, differently from an app, which is good because it's simple, you find the titles and so on, so you can have both like I have. But I think that this instrument is really useful if you are a bookworm and want to record really deeply your books. And so this is what I read, what I'm reading, and what I will read in the future for winter. If you have suggestion, please write into the comments. I hug you, I thank you very much for watching this video, and see you very soon. Bye!